real issue is not left versus right politics, not Muslims versus Christians, not men versus women, battle of the sexes, not old versus young, not blacks versus whites. This is the divided and conquered place. When we come against each other, we are conquered. America is becoming conquered. The original idea of America was liberty, freedom to pursue and do your thing. No guarantees. Life is what it is. You may fail, you may not, you may die in your pursuit, but you have the freedom to do it. So this is where the real question is not being left versus right, or this religion, this ism versus that ism, or scientism. My dad, like I mentioned, was a nuclear physicist. I saw science from the inside. Scientism is an ism versus religionism. These are two opposing forces fighting. We lose. There's always common ground. The real question comes down to freedom, liberty, meaning you being free to do what you want, or an increasing giant outside mechanism, whether that's government or not, telling you what to do. That's the place where we can join. Don't you want more truth in your life? Don't you want more truth in the world? How about a moment of intention? You don't have to pray. No one has to believe in anything. God, non-God. Who cares? That's an issue. Atheism versus theism, meaning believing a theism believes in God. Atheism versus believers. That's another artificial battles. Artificial opposing battles creates a divided and conquered world. So if they get you to fight someone because you happen to believe something differently, it's not about that. It's about you're free to believe what you want. I'm free to believe what I want. I'm free to have sex the way I want. I'm free to practice religion or not religion the way I want. I'm free to play the music I want, and you don't have to listen to it and others can. It's about freedom, liberty, not an increasing control of our lives. I give you examples of how it works. Good intentions. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. We must save our kids. If we can just save one kid, some poor family that had something very bad happen to one of their children, create some new law in Congress. If it just saves one child, it's all worth it. What a bunch of horse shit. It is not about saving one life. If it saved one life, you should stay home all the time and never get in your car. That would save 50,000 lives. That would not save one life, 50,000 lives if we abolished cars. Will they ever abolish cars? No, because there's too much money in selling gasoline. So that argument is a bunch of horse shit. So that's how we get more and more laws in there out of guilt and trying to save and help. But the government can never save and help us, because it is outside of you. The government is an outside source. You're not taking care of yourself. You're not free. So the argument or the battle that we've been set against, and we've been in this divided and conquered state, whether you're left-wing lesbians or right-wing Republicans, there's a common place to meet, right? And that is freedom. Don't you want to be able to have lesbian, whatever, however you want to do it? Yes. And do the Republicans want to be free? Yes. So the place, instead of artificially getting us to fight each other, let's find the place of liberty, love freedom. You're free. That's interesting. You've created a whole different life than me. You believe in that. I don't believe in that. But I want to have the right to practice my freedom where I want to do it. So watch out for increasing control. So we want to save that one child. We pass the law. And what happens? Child Protective Services, a giant government bureaucracy that can come in and totally control and tell you how to raise your kids. We'll take your kids away, and then there's stories popping up all over the world of, horrible cases of where children are taken away. So that's how something good gets twisted into control over us. Watch out for that. It's about freedom and liberty. It's about freedom and liberty. Don't get sucked into artificial debates about my God is better than yours, or my political way of thinking is better than yours. The whole point is that we can have different experiences, different beliefs. I want to have sex this way. I want to have sex with men, with women. I don't want to have sex at all. It's all up to you. I want to have polygamy. I want to have polyamory. It's all about freedom. It's not about you telling others how to live. Do you like someone telling you how to live? No, of course not. So why should you tell others how to live? Don't let us get sucked into this. And if you're addicted to having the big mother tit in the sky called government feed you and take care of you, you're doomed. How efficient is the government? Do you enjoy standing in line at the post office? Do you enjoy going to the MVD? Do you enjoy doing your taxes? Is there a hint there that the government is perhaps not that enjoyable? So get rid of government. And the way you're going to get rid of government is to put your own government inside you. Jesus says it very clearly. If you don't believe in Jesus, you don't have to. Jeshua ben David, if it's all made up in your mind, believe that too. It doesn't matter. Jeshua ben David says the whole of the law is inside me. Quit putting the laws outside yourself. Whenever you see lawyers on lawyer commercials on your local TV, they have all those fancy books behind them. A whole bunch of crappy laws that makes everyone criminals. Who cares? Get rid of it. Divine anarchy, yes, meaning we all know what's right. We all know what we need to do. But the place we can all meet, Mr. White Guy Republican Country Club and Mr. whatever Socialist Anarchist protesting at the G20, let's meet in the place where we believe in freedom and liberty. You have the right to be you. I have the right to be me. That's the original idea of the Founding Fathers. That's the original idea that spread across the planet that people latched onto and said, yes, freedom, where I can pursue my dream to be whatever I want to be. That's the ideal. Watch out, America. We're losing that. We're losing that with increased government control. So don't let yourself be divided and conquered by artificial opposition. By the way, there's 75 cereals you can choose from at the grocery store, and you get 2 people in your presidential election. Is that a hint that perhaps it's all manipulated from behind the scenes? Obviously, there's no real choice, especially a couple elections ago when there was 2 Skull and Bones members, both from Yale. It's like the exact same guy with 2 different labels, You have more cereals to choose from than leaders. I mean, something's not right. So that's how far we've gone away from liberty. It's time to take your liberty back. Liberty. Freedom to be you. Can we agree on that? Find a place to agree. Then we become non-conquerable, and you can't have people messing with your country, messing with your lives, messing with your kids, messing with your family. Freedom. Could you imagine getting rid of the income tax? Would you like that? Can we all get on that page? Freedom, liberty. So that's the encouragement. Real awakening is jumping out of the artificial debate of this versus that. Isms, schisms, So let's get rid of the prisons of the schisms that isms cause. I was inside that world. MBA, bankers. Now we can see that they're the banksters, yeah? I was inside that world. I have friends that are still inside it, It's all artificially manipulated. But if we can find a place where we can meet instead of argue with each other, do you believe in freedom for you and your family? So do I. Shake hands. I believe in freedom too. Can you allow me to be me? And I'll allow you to be you. And we can pursue our own dreams. And we can agree to agree about freedom. Agree to agree about freedom and liberty. Check out Course of Awakening. By the way, this is how I quit working corporate America and all that, and I make a living by helping people wake up. Awakening Souls, for those of a spiritual bent, books on Amazon, and Listening to the Sun. What is happening on Earth? And that's how I sustain myself. Free enterprise, helping people to wake up.
Yesterday, then I'll get on my knees and pray.